Welcome back to Drew Pearson Live. I'm now joined by former Dallas Cowboy and three-time Super Bowl champ, Lett. Thank you, Lett in the house on Drew Pearson Live. Thanks for being with us, Leon.
I appreciate you having me, Drew. I'm excited to be here.
Right on. You look great, man.
Thanks a lot.
People walk up to you and say, did you play football?
You know, the biggest compliment is people walk up to me and say, do you play basketball?
Right on.
Sometimes I say, yeah. Just for the fun.
So what's your weight now?
I'm about 260.
And you played at?
About 300.
Wow.
Around 300.
Wow. So you needed to get all that excess off anyway.
Yeah, it felt good. One of the reasons I got it off was working out with the young defensive linemen that we have. And just getting out there and running around with them.
Right.
I couldn't do it at 300. You know, I was getting tired and wore out. So
I hear you.
It wasn't a drastic thing, a year-by-year deal. And so I feel great.
Now, you were from Emporia State. Not too many pro football players come out of there, do they?
Not many.
Not many, huh?
We had one in the 70s. I know that one.
Yeah.
And then, of course, myself. But I'm looking. We got a guy coming in on Friday for Dallas Day from Emporia State.
Okay.
A linebacker, I think, or defensive back.
All
so I'm excited to see him.
Yeah.
But not too many Emporia State Hornets. But I'm still proud to be an Emporia State
Absolutely.
Hornet.
And you were drafted in the 7th round by the Dallas Cowboys. Were you excited? Did you want to come to the Cowboys? Or as a kid growing up, you had another team you like to follow?
You know, I got to tell this story, Drew. It's going to age you just a little bit. But I think I was 9 or 10 years old, and you came, a guy from my neighborhood wrote you a letter, and you came down and hung out with us. And I know you probably don't remember it, but it made a huge difference for the kids in my neighborhood. And so I grew up a Dallas Cowboy fan. The other side of my neighborhood was.
So it must have been a big special deal to be drafted by the Cowboys.
To be drafted by the Cowboys was a dream come true.
Yeah, a little upset in the 7th round, but
a little upset. But once I got the call, and it was at first I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
You know, and it was Jimmy Johnson was on the phone, and I was like, okay, stop joking, guys.
Yeah.
And then Jerry got on and said, congratulations, this is real. You're a Cowboy. And I mean, it was a dream come true.
And you hit it at the right time, man. The team was starting to roll.
Oh, yeah.
Roll right into 3 Super Bowls in 4 years.
Perfect
man,
time.
Unbelievable. How cool was that?
It was awesome. Won a Super Bowl my 2nd year in the league. So
yeah.
I can't complain about that. And I played with some great players.
Yeah, that defensive line, tell me about that. Russell Merlin, Tolbert.
Russell Merlin, Tony Tolbert, Jim Jeffcoat was the veteran. Tony Casillas.
Yes.
We had a guy named Charles Haley who just went into the Hall of Fame. And Jimmy Jones was a guy that you don't remember. And then Chad Henning was a younger guy that came. So we had nine starters on that defense.
And you rotate throughout games, you know, to keep it fresh?
Yes, we rotated. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great, except for Charles would always have a problem when Jim Jeffcoat would come to substitute on passing down. He'd try to send Jeffcoat off, and Jeffcoat would act like he couldn't see him, you know. So those are good old days, though.
Well, Jeffcoat knew, because he was there my last year. He came in as a rookie, so I crossed over a little with Jim Jeffcoat. We're both from New Jersey as well, so little connection there. When you watch the Cowboys now, as a coach, you're a coach with the Dallas Cowboys, coaching the defensive line. First of all, before I ask you about the current Cowboys, how is coaching? It's a big transition from player to coach. I tried it myself, did it for 1 year, couldn't do it, couldn't stay with it. Must be a tough transition to go from player to coach.
It's a huge transition. I think I was blessed early to volunteer. I volunteered at UNLV and worked under a guy that was my coach here in Dallas, Andre Patterson, who's not a defensive line coach with Minnesota Vikings.
Absolutely.
And he kind of coached me along the way, brought me along really slowly. And then I went to University of Louisiana Monroe with Todd Berry, who was the offensive coordinator. Now he got the head coach job. So I had some really great mentors along the way. And then when I got to Dallas, Brian Baker was another mentor of mine, and now I have Coach Rod Marinelli. So he is probably the best defensive line coach I've ever been around. And I've been around some really good ones. So it's a blessing to have these type of mentors in my life.
Yeah, and they've made a difference in your life. Is this something that you want to continue with? Your aspirations, maybe one day be a head coach, go back to Emporia State as the head coach?
The head coach at Emporia State was, right now, was the quarterback. So I don't want his job, but yeah, I do have aspirations of moving up, and I think I'm with a great coaching staff. I mean, we have across the board offense and defense, and Coach Garrett has done a great job of the culture of our coaching staff. we work off each other, we teach each other, and we have teaching sessions where we challenge each other. So, yeah, it's been great for me.
When I tried it, you know, in '85, I just retired. Coach Landry invited me to join the staff, and, man, the thing that killed me was the hours. It's a lot different than when you're a player, huh?
It totally is. The players leave, and you're still there another 6 or 7 hours. But it's good work, and it's great for me. It keeps me going. It keeps me being around the young players, the young fellas, kind of keeps me young and energetic.
Absolutely.
So I enjoy that.
And quickly, the current Dallas Cowboys. We did all this work in the off season, signing players. What are we going to do with the defense when we get the draft coming up?
You know, that's still I can't
I
know nothing about it. But I can tell you we've interviewed a lot of defensive players, and there's a good group of young defensive linemen coming out. And but you just don't know. You know, I think what we would do would take the best player available at that point.
Well, great season last year, 12-4 in their regular season, playoff victory. Tough loss to Green Bay. You know, that had to hurt. But that's something you use as motivation going into the offseason, your OTAs, your training camps, and all that, to try to get over that hump this year and not let something like that, you know, bring you down.
Yes, most definitely. And the big part of that season to me was December.
Yeah.
We had success in December.
We did.
I think we went 4-0 in December.
And you know, being a 3-time Super Bowl champ, that's when you need to kick it in.
That's when you need it.
And where's your rings, man?
They're too big for me now.
Hey, Leon Lett, y'all, 3-time Super Bowl champ right here on Drew Pearson Live. Leon, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll be right back with more of DPL after this.